The bullish divergence played exactly out as I told you guys yesterday, and now Bitcoin is on its way to $40,000. But what will happen once we're reaching $40,000? I will give you my exact strategy, step by step, how I'm going to plan to exit when we get above $40,000, because I still believe that we're going to see a major drop once we are crossing that specific level. And we will also talk about a few altcoins. So if you want to know what I'm talking about, stick around here. Make sure that you're subscribed to the channel, you like this video, and also activate the bell so that you will never miss out on these really important updates. And now let's get directly into today's content. So first of all, I want to mention, I want to make this a really short one because I did not plan to make actually today a video because I have something else going on with some other crypto people here. We go to a party and I want to do a live stream, and then last minute I decided to do a normal video because I just had the time, you know, so hence why I make a normal video right now. So first of all, here on Bitcoin, you can see that our trade perfectly played out that I had given you yesterday here on the 15 minutes chart. So I only had to adjust here a little bit this line. We also need to adjust then the technical target. We have hit also the technical target here without any problems. So there was almost a 2% move that we could book here. And again, if you would have traded with 20x, 25x leverage, 40, 50% profit really quick. Now, after this trade, I see a potentially the same formation, just a little bit cleaner. So this is way cleaner than what we had down here. And basically just another continuation pattern to the upside. And if this would be playing out, this will catapult us to $40,363. Here again, wait for the breakout to the upside. Here is happening exactly the same thing what we have seen yesterday. The stochastic RSI was also coming down. Oh, sorry. Was coming down here. Yeah, here. So it was coming down here. Now it's coming down here. And then it was kind of creating like a small bottom here where it did not want to go lower and then started moving. So we could see here the same thing now over the next 1.5 hours ish, where we see something like this with a sideways move, and then we see that leg to the upside. Definitely possible here for Bitcoin. If it breaks to the downside, it's invalidated. I would not be too upset about that, because I think worst case scenario, we are going to stop at $38,900 here based on the 15 minutes chart. So it's a $500 drop. It's 1.2%-ish to the downside. Would be not crazy if that would be actually happening. So, but for the moment, I believe we can see something like this here. 2.3% to the upside. Yes. So yeah, wait for a break above $39,500 if you want to enter this, and then you can take this all the way up to $40,360 approximately. And the stop loss is around $39,325 once you enter that trade. So that's the next trade for you guys. Then here on the 4-hourly chart, also nice breakout to the upside. The technical target of that pattern that I showed you yesterday is $42,055. Just want to see here, is the volatility back? Oh, that was already the line. So volatility is still kind of flat. It's not making crazy moves here. So there's still the possibility that we see volatility coming back at some point, where we see here spikes like this, and that will reflect and also in price action. Look here at that pump that we got once volatility was really spiking here to the upside. So I'm still waiting for this, and that could be potentially the move to $40,000 and above. That will bring the volatility into higher levels here. And guys, don't forget, if you want to trade these trade calls that I give you absolutely for free, and they're highly accurate, as you can see, trade on BYBIT, you still get $30,000 if you sign up here with my specific link, or on BitGet also $30,000 and 20% on your initial deposit with that specific link. But remember that the deposit bonus of 20% can be only used for trading, but all the profits that you make out of the 20% can be withdrawn. So if you're in the UK or in the US, sign up on Phemex. Also, all these links are down below in the pinned comment or in the description below. So then here, when we're looking at liquidations, We have cleaned quite a bit here to the upside already. So we are halfway through it. So here again, I don't get it. Honestly, I don't get it at all. Why would you try to short at $39,840 only because we topped here out for like the last 12 hours? That doesn't make it a top. This is not looking like right now that we are making a top here. You have to understand, it doesn't matter how you draw it, that W formation. On a 4-hourly chart, it's highly accurate to be playing out. So it doesn't matter if I draw it like this, from, yeah, it's the same target. Same target, doesn't change. If I draw it from here, that horizontal line, or from this upward sloping line, it's the same line. So here we almost completed that target if you use here this horizontal line. 40,100 would be the target. So if I take here this one, would be $40,800 the target. So there's still at least $300 that we will go higher or even more before we actually turn around. Why would you go in here with like a 50x short and try to short this now to the downside? It doesn't make sense whatsoever. Whoever shorted here with 50x will definitely get wrecked. So if it's a hedge, okay, I can understand that if you want to hedge your position. But if you are convinced that this was the top and from there we are reversing back, whoever that was will get wrecked 100%. So however, I still believe that all these positions above us, these short liquidations will be taken out all the way up to $43,000. And from there we have then to see if we actually push higher or if the fuel that is there here in these liquidations will be not enough to push us further than the liquidation levels that we have, which is possible. I want to be really, really cautious here. And once we're breaking above $40,000, and that's why I want you to give you my exit strategy. So what I have done for now already is on most of my positions, I have already put stop losses in profit so that I can definitely not lose any money anymore because we are so close to $40,000. Maybe later on the way to the party with my friends, we are breaking $40,000 and we go in a 50 minutes candle to like $46,000 and immediately nuke to the downside. And I'm driving and I cannot do anything. So I have to be prepared for that. That's why I have already set all my stop losses. If we are doing something, let's say we do something like this. We come up, we come a little bit down, start to go sideways. Then what I'm going to do is I will not look at Bitcoin. I will look at altcoins that are starting to run. And when am I going to look at altcoins starting to run? So that will be the first sign. And then I go to the Bitcoin dominance, and look if the dominance starts dropping. Once I see the dominance start to drop under 53%, I will start looking at altcoins to buy, because then altcoins will have the moment to shine for a week or two before the party is over for another 2-3 weeks, and then the whole process is going to restart. Why I will be really, really careful once we are getting there. If you're in a long-term Bitcoin position, hold it, no problem, into the 40K level, but above $40,000, I will aggressively start to take profits on my positions, or aggressively keep trailing my stop loss. Sorry, slipped my mind. The word slipped my mind for a second here. So definitely, I will be really, really careful when we are getting up here. So, and what you can do is, let's say we are stopping at 42K. Then that would be anyway a target for me. Take profit point, $42,000 to get out there. Let's say we come back to 40,000 and we start going sideways. In that sideways move, I would maybe take another Bitcoin long position. So now I have already increased my Bitcoin position because I've taken profit here. And my prior Bitcoin position that I had, I can add now the profits to it, to the 40K position. So I will have more coins than before, or more coins in my position if you trade in USDT, to open a new position and trade this to the upside. So, and I will have a really close invalidation point at that moment. So we have to see when we get there what the price action looks on the 4-hourly chart. So if we have here something like this, and then we go up at some point, then of course here this will become my stop loss, or slightly under it, something like this here will become my stop loss. Like $39,500 would be then my stop loss. So $500 stop loss with 20x leverage, that would be roughly 10-12% that I would risk on my trade. But the upside, if we go to $48,000, is like a $6,000 move. There is substantial upside that I would take with me if that trade would be playing out. But again, we're going to look at this closer when we are finally breaking or touching $40,000. I'm also going to show you something else later on, so definitely stick around here when it comes to altcoins, and especially Ethereum. We have now also all these super big liquidation levels taken out. But again, also here, we still have over 100 million in liquidations above us here that we can be taken out. Beneath us, there's not as much. So here's maybe 50 million. So still, when you look at the balance, it is still more favorable to push the price higher, because you have still over 100 million in short liquidations that can be taken against 50 million in long liquidations. Upside is still favored based on the liquidation levels for the people that are moving the market and making money on moves like that. Then here, oh, you see on the 1 hourly, we moved already completely away. That is something that I was also talking about with what I wanted to see, and that was that the bullish divergence is playing out and price moves away from that rising wedge. So the rising wedge is technically now invalidated because we moved away from it, and we are forming here on the 1 hourly also a bullish pennant, a bull flag. And here on the 1 hourly, it might be actually a higher target than on the 15 minutes. So that's roughly, yeah, it's more or less the same. It's more or less the same. Here on the daily, you see we got really close to touch our resistance level of $40,088, but only briefly. Here, like I said, we could see potentially a touch of it. Do I think that we immediately break it? I'm not quite sure about it. What I would like to see is some consolidation underneath it so that the indicators can cool down, and then a solid push through it. That would be the best case scenario for us. If we go here first up and then we do something like this, that's also fine, and then go back up. So, but let me be clear here. I don't believe that $40,000, $40,500, $600, $41,000 will be the point where Bitcoin starts turning around. I don't believe that. I think we will go well into $42,000, $44,000, $46,000 this month before this is turning around. Yeah, our daily fractal is finally on track. So, but again, that final move here is missing here, and that is another indication where we should go higher to like $42,000 before we actually start dropping to the downside. So we are delayed by 3 days, which is absolutely fine. That can happen with a fractal like that. So, but we are still technically on track. Here on the weekly chart, the only thing that I want to see on the weekly chart is that we close above $38,600. Because then also here we will have a lot of confluence to get to these targets here of $41,150 and $43,573 to the upside with next week's candle. I don't believe that we're going to see a major drop before the weekly candle closes. So if we get a $1,000 drop to the an $800 drop to the downside, I will be fine with that, because it will still signal continuation on the weekly chart. The CME charts, that is something interesting now. The CME chart, when we are opening tonight, the Bitcoin price will be actually now slightly higher than what its CME chart is. What is the price right now again? 33, 39, 470. So we will still have a small CME gap, but now the price action when we are opening tonight will be above closing price from Friday. So we should come down here and then potentially continue to go higher. So, or we come later down to be around that price when we are opening, and we will have no CME gap and continue higher. That is something, pay attention to that. So we could see a small flush to the downside to scare people. Ooh, this was the top, and then actually reverse and continue to go up. Then let me talk about Ethereum really quick. So here my Ethereum position is in a nice profit. So you see I took the position when I told you at $2,060 a couple days ago. Now we are $100 higher. I'm here at $10,000 in profits right now. I have a stop loss set $15 beneath the price. But this looks also like Ethereum is getting ready for another push to the upside. And I also told you guys here, my Twitter account, AMCrypto Alex, if you want to follow me, I told you once we are breaking $2,105, Ethereum will go ballistic once we are above the red dashed line. And the take profit point is $2,200, which we touched already, up to $2,300, where I will start taking a little bit of profit. So now here on Ethereum, on the 4-hourly chart, so here you see that we are clear above that level. On the VPVR, we are also above that most traded price area right now on the VPVR to the upside. So I expect here definitely another leg to the upside to touch here $2,200, $2,300 just based on the 4-hourly chart. Here on the 50, sorry, it's again a 4-hourly chart. I wanted to go to the 1-hourly chart, yes, because here you can see we are already forming here an ascending triangle, potentially. So, and that will give us a technical target. If we are just using this, here again, $2,200 be the technical target of that ascending triangle. Let me go quick here to the total market cap. So the total market cap is, oh wow, it's already touching on the lower end of our next resistance level. So if Bitcoin keeps pushing to the upside, that will of course uplift also all the altcoins. So I could definitely imagine that we could hit by tomorrow, after tomorrow, potentially already the top of that area. If we break through it, it would be incredible and will lead to a massive run in altcoins. Right now, I'm still cautious about it, but if it's going to happen, then we have to talk about tomorrow, after tomorrow, definitely about a lot of altcoins. I also wanted to show you quick the coins that I gave you a couple of days ago. So here DYDX pumped nicely here to the upside. On the daily, still a lot of momentum here to the upside. Stochastic RSI is pointing to the upside. MACD is about to give a buy signal, and the RSI is going sideways, which is fine. Then Cardano was finally also breaking it to the upside, is up 4% approximately right now from where I gave you the entry point. I got stopped out, so I'm looking for a point to re-enter actually Cardano right now. I will show you in a second why I got stopped out. Then Sand also above our entry level right now if you want to enter it to trade to the upside. If I go to the daily chart, I think also, yeah, I would be a little bit careful here with this. I would set my stop loss slightly under the entry level right now because I don't like the indicators, how they're shaping up here. Also on the 12-hourly chart. So this could become a cup in handle pattern where you have something like this here. And then you get the next leg to the upside. So that would be something that I would be watching here for Sandbox. And if we see this playing out, then I will take a trade for Sand over there. Then Matic is still not in the bull market resistance area that we have to push through to break it into higher levels. So I'm still not trading Matic, but I wanted, like I said, I wanted to show you doing right now. I told you guys yesterday that I'm going to start to do the $1,000 to $10,000 challenge on the Discord, and we started. So, and from yesterday when I started trading up to this morning, we are up 12% on that portfolio already. So I take it slow, because risk management is important, and I want that everybody that is following me on the Discord is able to do that. That's why I do it really slow, guys. But you see the results are coming in here. You see I had here DYDX 112%, Cardano 46%, then before 66% on DYDX. So I update you here and document everything meticulously so that you are also able to follow this. So if you want to join the Discord, you only need a BYBIT, Phemex, or a BitGet account that you have signed up with one of my links and at least $250 in that account in USDT or any other cryptocurrency. And then you can join the Discord. The link for that is also in the pinned comment below, in the description of this video. So guys, to recap really quick, it is important that we pay attention right now to Bitcoin and that you have laid out a plan for yourself how you are going to trade this. What you're going to do if you start entering positions right now while Bitcoin is going sideways. And today, when the CME opens and the weekly candle closes, you see something like this. Then you have a massive problem, because either you get liquidated or you are trapped in your position and you don't want that. So that's why I'm telling you, be safe, set your stop losses, make sure that you set them on profit if you can, or at least at your entry, and don't take any new positions unless you see, for example, here this pattern breaking to the upside. So then, of course, I'm also going to take a position. But with altcoins, be careful right now. I just want that you are aware of that. Guys, that's it already for today's episode. I hope that was quick enough. It went actually longer than I wanted. So I will be back to a regular time tomorrow. So definitely stick around here. Make sure that you are subscribed to the channel, like this video, and also activate the bell. And I'm going to see you then again tomorrow.